NBA front office insider Bobby Marks with us now. Bobby, let's just start in Manhattan. The Knicks, fresh off their first Eastern Conference Finals berth in a quarter century. The story of this offseason has been the absentee on the bench. They finally did find a head coach in Mike Brown. So what is the state of the Knicks now?
Well, it's NBA Finals or bust here. Certainly when you go to an Eastern Conference Finals this past year and then you go fire your head coach in Tom Thibodeau, I think where you look at them in the Eastern Conference, they're like the last man standing, them in Cleveland, with all these teams with injuries in Indiana and Milwaukee and Boston. Certainly you return your starting five, including Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. You have your two top bench players of Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride. And then, as you mentioned, you go out and get Jordan Clarkson and Gershon Yabusele to strengthen your bench, and of course the addition of Mike Brown. So if you're in New York, getting to an NBA Finals is the end goal, right? It's not Eastern Conference Finals, it's getting to an NBA Finals.
Let's cross the Brooklyn Bridge. Expectations perhaps a little more modest for the Nets. They just made a record 5 first-round draft picks last week. Bobby, when you look at what they're building at Barclays Center, how do you assess the state of the Nets?
Yeah, player development 101. They're almost like the Western Conference version of the Oklahoma City Thunder. However, they have a couple things that Oklahoma City doesn't have, including the player aspect like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But they went the unprecedented route, 5 first-round picks in this year's draft. Nobody has ever done that in the NBA history, certainly led by a player like Danny Wolf, who was the last of those 5 players. He is one of those more established players, played at Michigan last year. A 6'11", can play point guard for you, but it is all about youth and building with the young core in Brooklyn. Remember, 13 first-round picks over the next 7 years in Brooklyn, so they're going to be doing a little bit different than what New York is doing right now.
Preaching patience in New York City, though, is an endeavor in and of itself. Brooklyn, Bobby, in the last 8 playoff series, you know they've won just 1. We appreciate the time and insight. Happy 4th of July.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm going try to wear I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.